Hi, everybody. This is Jeffrey from Ripe Color, and
This is Nancy Jean in my garden.
this is the Daily Duo. So we both read in different mediums. I read tarot cards, and Nancy Jean reads
Crystals.
crystals in the garden. Please like, subscribe, share, comment, press the bell for notifications. We both offer personal readings. We both offer physical merchandise, i.e. I make textiles and t-shirts, etc. And Nancy Jean has gardens as well as grids for purchase.
Yeah. And we've gotten a comment, Jeffrey, is that garden
Yes.
on my table? No, this garden is a scarf. And that's what the 4 stones, and like today I put him out. But these are, you can purchase the garden with the stones and with the instructions and with everything else through my website, www.crystaldirections.com. And also I make grids. This is a grid. These stones are fixed and it's chosen through a private reading. And this particular one is healing, but they're all different kinds of frequencies. So if you're interested in that, you can contact me too. So that's the end of the ads, guys.
Yeah, and all the information for all those things is below. I as well have membership on my site where if you become a member, you can watch my weekly readings by sign, commercial free, and it's only $2.99 a month. Okay, let's get to the reading.
Okay.
Oh, do you want to say something first?
No, just
Let's
that,
just read.
you know, we have the 5 stones signify body, mind, spirit, grounding, and clarity. And Jeffrey identifies his cards the same way. And at the end, we kind of chit chat a little bit and talk about the vibes we feel for this day. So we are in December 9th. God, how's time flies when you're.
It does.
I know. Okay. We're all over the place today.
Yeah, well, I have 2 5s, so that
It
makes
changed.
sense.
There's lots of change.
Yeah, I have 2 5s.
There's only 1 stone in the middle of the board, and that's extremely rare because those are the most basic elements. But go, Jeffrey.
Okay, so for body, I think it's easier if I just pull them up one at a time. For body, the past is really prominent, and a remembrance. So this could be remembrance of something pleasant or something perhaps not so pleasant. The thing to remember also about memory, just in general, is sometimes I remember something as one thing, and then your sibling will remember it in a completely different way. And I think you're both right. It's just sometimes, our memories can play tricks on us. It's like, oh, well, that's the way I remember it going down. And then the other person will say, well, that's the way I remember it going down. And I don't think either one of you are wrong. So I just want you to, there could be a little bit of that. Okay, that's what I'm just getting. Mind. Okay, we just discussed this card earlier, off camera. This is really in a change in a way of thinking. And a lot of times this has to do with change in a way of thinking about where your alliances are. Who am I with? Who am I not with? What am I going to stand up for? What are the ideas that make sense to me or what are the ideas that don't make sense to me anymore? There's this element in this one of not really taking on other people's stuff. It's like, no, I have my own thoughts. You can have your thoughts. I have mine. Okay. Then I get another 5. This is the interesting one. So this one sometimes is about loss and depression and things like that. And this is really about where you're putting your energy, where you're putting your concentration. So are you putting your concentration into the things that are lost? And then if you make a 360, and I love, because I always imagine that this guy in the 360, because he's wearing a cape, and of course I make it silk taffeta because I'm a big queen, and it twists, it flows and flaps in the air.
Yes.
And it's like, oh, I still have something left. All isn't lost. Right? And it's all a matter of perspective. Which way, where are you putting your focus?
Right.
Then I have the lovely domesticity, stability, calmness. I really like this card. This is like you go to somebody's house and it's not like a fancy house. It's the kind of house like they probably have like early American furniture. So when you walk in, it's like you feel like you could sit anywhere. If you take off your shoes, you take off your shoes. If you don't take off your shoes, you don't take off your shoes. Doesn't really matter. It's very like relax, relax. I always get that with this card, relax. And there's a stability here. There's a stability in community. There's a stability in familiarity. And then at the end, interestingly, out of all this, so all these things are changing. You might have memories from the past. Some could be good, some could be bad. Now you know where you stand, who you are. You know, you're interested in your own stability. And now you're ready to execute.
Right.
Now you're ready to take your energy and move forward. You know, take the good and the bad, right? And understand and merge them and use what's good, you know, use what's useful, put them together. And it's like, okay, now I got a plan. So that's my little take for the day.
Well, mine may look a little more confusing than other people, but we're seeing exactly the same thing. We're going to start with grounding, which is way out here at the very, very upper edge of the heart. And it makes it the furthest out in the board. And it says that encourages your understanding of all things through how you're feeling physically. And then to play against that completely, we have the mind, which has fallen into false. And when the mind falls in there, it says, don't listen to your mind, trust your gut. This is a complete trust your gut thing. When the mind falls in false, it says your mind's going to mislead you every time. You try to drive yourself back into rational thought, you're going nowhere. Then you got the spirit sitting in the path forward, which is great because the path forward means exactly what you said. It is the next place to go. And it says, balance your energy and move again. So much for the chariot there. That's your chariot on this board. Balance forward, balance your energy and move forward. And then you get, when stones fall on different spaces, you have to read each space because it's giving you a lot more information. And so our body has decided to land in path forward, which means physical feelings take you to the next step. It ties together with this. Then you have earth and air. And when the body is in earth, physical changes are coming. And the air says that you need to ground your thoughts. So that gets us ready for the outlier stone. This is clarity. And clarity is hit in go for it, root chakra, sacral chakra, past, fire, and water. It got the trifecta. It got all 6 of them. And the clarity basically says, tying to cosmic wisdom is needed for you now. So this is wisdom you really need to know from the bigger earth. And creativity is needed to harmonize all your intentions. It's going to be affected by ideas from the past because lessons learned, these are lessons you've learned and can use. It's in fire, and fire is where use the ideas you carry from your past and move them forward. These two tie together. Then you have water, which means we're moving forward. You have all the clarity you need. Follow your gut, follow your path. It means for you to move forward. And I've kind of hit it to make it move. And then you got my favorite spot in the board, go for it. And when clarity shows up and go for it, it says move now on all intuition. Right. So what you've got is you've been through something and now you've just said, okay, change. This is a day of change. And universally for the collective, this is a day of change. People are going to get that. They're going to go, aha, this is what should happen. I just can't think of, that's really an incredibly good reading. And so many of these stones fall in the outer ring, which is not where stones fall. Normally we fall back into our boring earth, fire, water, and air, just because our lives do that. but
Yeah,
anyway.
so, right, so these two are really about change.
Mhm.
And this one, he's really about moving forward. The other thing about this card is I always feel like his third eye is ignited because
Mhm.
he's Cancer after all.
Mhm.
So, he has that inner vision that like the typical water sign would have, that
Mhm.
intuition, right?
Mhm.
And it's really interesting because in the beginning you were saying it was sort of like murky and this and that. And just like I was talking about memory could be quite murky.
Yeah, this is your memory. This is dealing from memories that are probably not as actually, a lot of times memory are not accurate. I read a study one time where they said each time you tell a story, you shift 5% of it.
Right.
So,
It's like telephone.
mhm.
Yeah. All right. Very interesting.
Okay, and I'm going to pull a flower card.
Oh, I love flowers.
Yes, and this is language of flowers, and it's taken from the historic language that flowers meant. They used to be when you
Yeah.
sent someone a bouquet, you were telling them a message.
Right. Yellow roses is friendship, blah, blah, blah.
Right. So we got wisteria.
Okay.
And wisteria means longevity. Plan for and take your dedicated path. So what this says is at the end of all this, you know which path to take. You're dealing with wisteria. I love wisteria.
Yeah. And this smell, well, it's lovely. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Lovely day.
So
Blessings.
wisteria in the middle of the board. Thank you all for coming and joining us today.
Bye.